The students here at Springvale Elementary are learning and practicing Gaelic traditions with deep roots here in Nova Scotia.
My name is Mary McLean, and I have come into the school to teach a little bit about the milling process and what a milling frolic is. It's a method for shrinking wool, because when wool comes off a loom, it comes off in one long piece, and it's very loose in weave. So hundreds of years ago, when people had to make their clothes from wool, they couldn't just wear it when cloth came off the loom. They couldn't make clothes from it then. They had to shrink it so that it would be made windtight and watertight. And this was the method they used to shrink their wool.
My name's Beth Ann McCacken, and I teach Scottish Gaelic at Citadel High School, but part of my job is to go to elementary schools to work on special projects. With a milling frolic, it was originally meant to shrink a cloth. We're not shrinking a cloth today. That cloth was actually made by the students last year. So it's a tradition of being together, and it's part of the main piece of Gaelic culture is togetherness and intergenerational togetherness. So we do that through singing, and we do that through work.
But frolics aren't the only Gaelic traditions these students are learning, and the school isn't the only place they'll be showing what they've learned.
So my name is Vince McNeil. I'm the principal at Springvale Elementary, and we're doing a project for Nocturne. We're going to have the students perform a milling frolic. They're also weaving, they're doing weaving circles, and those are going to be made into mobiles, and they're going to be suspended from the ceiling, hopefully, in the studio at the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia.
My name's Mary Ledger, and I am a fine arts specialist for the Citadel family of schools.
And at the very top of the loop.
And I'm here working with the kids at Springvale to do a project for Nocturne. So last year they did a milling frolic, and we as a community wove a blanket, and they're using that for their milling frolic. And now to decorate the space for Nocturne, they're doing their own individual weavings that are going to hang from the ceiling on the night of. We wanted to celebrate diversity, so we thought that the weaving was a nice way to tie into our woven milling frolic blanket from last year. But because this time they would be individual weavings with different patterns, different sizes, and so on, we thought that nicely represented the diversity of the school.
Making a weaving circle.
And what is a weaving circle?
Well, last year when we made our milling blanket, we wove like in lines, and this year we're weaving in circles. So
really fast and easy to do. It's like up and over with the plastic needle. It's just fun to do.
And the kids are also doing words. Each grade level has a different theme, and they're Gaelic words, and those are going to be on display on the walls. And we're going to have a PowerPoint in the background showing the kids doing all these activities at school.
Today they're working on pieces around culture. So we brainstormed a bunch of words that have to do with culture. We put those into Gaelic, and they're making I am posters. So they'll all say Ismisha, which means I am, and then whatever piece of culture or piece connects most to them.
I drew synth, which means peace, and I drew a lot of peace signs around it so everyone knows what it means.
What does this mean?
It means peace.
Why did you pick peace as your word to write down?
Because I usually like being peaceful.
Well, I drew a heart and peace.
A third of Nova Scotians come from Gaelic-speaking descent, so it's a huge number of people in our province. But in Halifax School Board, there's 48,000 kids. Like 16,000 kids who would come from Gaelic-speaking descent. It's a huge number.
Whether you've been in Canada for a week or you were born in Canada, many of our students they don't know anything in Gaelic. They don't know anything about Gaelic language. So you have all these kids, sometimes from all around the world, learning this song. They can all sing it together. They're all learning it together. And even the whole process of moving the cloth around the table is something that has to be coordinated. And they all have to work together. They all have to work in sync. And so today when we had our milling frolic in the gym, you saw students from primary to grade 6 all working together, all knew what to do. All the kids in the gym are familiar with the songs and can sing the choruses. So it's a great way to bring people together, to create really a great positive climate in the school where everybody's working together, everybody's on the same page, and the students buy into it and enjoy it, and it's great for our new language learners as well to be on even footing with some of their peers.
For Eastlink Community TV in Halifax, I'm Scott McRae.